Good morning, Idaho 3%. Chris McIntyre here, Public Information Officer, with a quick weekly update. Today is December 29th, 2015. First and foremost, thank you everyone for your participation and your ongoing attendance at events. We would not be growing at the rate we are without members like yourself. So, a message from the President. This week, January 2nd, on Saturday at 12 Pacific Standard Time, we will be participating in the Support the Hammonds rally in Burns, Oregon. Now that is at 12 Pacific Standard Time, so here in Boise that will be 1 o'clock, so please watch the time change. This rally is to show support for the community and for the Hammonds. As an organization at the rally, we want to ensure that the First Amendment right to publicly air grievances against the government are not infringed upon. We also want to make it clear that we're not going to allow the federal government to use the Hammonds case for setting a precedent as labeling ranchers or anyone else who speaks out against government or federal agencies to label them as a domestic terrorist. We are not going to allow that precedent to be set, and we want to make it clear that that is why we are there. Now, as you may or may not know, the Hammonds have been placed in double jeopardy for supposed crimes, which they already served time. They're being threatened and harassed by the U.S. Attorney's Office, Bureau of Land Management, and their ranches and surrounding areas are being threatened with fire. So the Hammonds have requested that they be left alone. They do not want any support from any patriot groups because they think that it will make matters worse. They have received direct threats from individuals inside the government stating that if they become involved with members of the Bundy family, 3% groups or other patriot groups, that they will literally bring the hammer down, and they are in fear for their lives, they are in fear for their ranch, so they are basically giving up and will report to prison as court ordered on January 1st, 2016. Now, as a matter of principle, the Idaho 3%, we do not agree with the Hammonds giving up. However, we must respect their individual decision to do so. So because we cannot support them as an organization, or we cannot fight for them as an organization, we will show support in terms of a rally and a protest. We're going to let the Sheriff's Office know that we don't agree with them not fulfilling their oath and helping the family out. And we're also going to state that we are not going to let the federal government continue to do this to the Hammonds or other families. So if you'd like to go, we need as many members there as possible. Again, January 2nd in Burns, Oregon. Get in contact with your zone leaders through roll call, set up a carpool, and try to coordinate to get down there if you can make it. So once again, get in contact with me, get in contact with your zone leaders to try to get more information. Again, we need as many people there as possible. On another note, for off the grid or off Facebook members, we now have an email program which we can update you with the events that we have going on, as well as sending you detailed information on just your specific zone, as well as a newsletter. So if you know any people or any individuals that would like to become a part of the group, but they don't necessarily want to be on social media, we now have that email system set up so they can stay informed with events and rallies and protests and things of that nature. Online store. We just ordered close to 100 shirts and sweatshirts so that we have enough stock and that we can fulfill orders with little to no waiting. So please go to our online store, check that out, check out all of the inventory, and continue to support the Idaho 3% through that way. A lot of events coming up in the next couple weeks. Zone 2, we've got a lot going on, as well as Zone 4 and Zone 5. Just a couple of the things that we have going on, really anything that you can imagine, from basic firearms trading to backyard chicken classes, survival class, medical, Constitution and Bill of Rights education. If you can make that, I really encourage you to do so. That is the foundation of our group, and that is what keeps us going, keeps us motivated. We've also got gardening, again, medical, show and tell, and preparedness classes. So get in contact with your zone leaders, check out the events page, see what we've got going on, and get to know other members. Start to network, start to communicate. That's what really binds us together as a group, is not necessarily being prepared on an individual level, or even just in our small families, but also becoming part of the larger 3% family, networking, communicating, and really establishing yourself as a member of the 3% family. That's what makes us strong. That's what keeps us growing. So feel free, go to go to the events page, check all of that out. And once again, the Support the Hammonds Family rally this Saturday, January 2nd, 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. That's 1 o'clock Boise time. Get in contact with your zone leaders. Let's show the Hammonds family that even though they don't want support directly, we will show them support publicly by letting the federal government know that this is not going to stand. We will not let them to continue doing this to the Hammonds or any other families. So this is Chris McIntyre, Public Information Officer, with a weekly update. Have a good day, guys.